seems to be something that I'm missing with regard to the supposedly Russian influence of the Brexit vote. What I'm missing is evidence. The British government and mainstream media are using social media to influence our opinion of Putin and Russia by accusing Putin and Russia of using social media to influence our opinion of Brexit and Donald Trump and the Danish general election and a host of other decisions that are supposedly made by people who are extremely gullible and very easily manipulated by Russian tweets. I'm sorry, but I don't see the evidence. And that's because I'm not confusing involvement with influence. I have no doubt that Vladimir Putin was involved in the Brexit debate. I have no doubt that Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and Barack Obama were involved in the Brexit debate. What is the difference, I wonder, between Barack Obama making a speech about how Brexit will affect trade between the United Kingdom and the United States and Vladimir Putin sending out thousands of Russian bots on Twitter? When Barack Obama made that speech, a lot of the Leave campaigners were up in arms in the fact that he was supposedly involved, and there is no evidence whatsoever to suppose or to suggest that that speech influenced anybody at all. So where is the evidence that these Russian bots did the same thing? We cannot have it that on the one hand we criticize social media for simply reaffirming what we already believe, and then on the other hand claim that social media influences our decision making. If Russia did send out all of these bots on social media, what they did is not new. It's simply a new idea of an old propaganda trick. During the Second World War, the United States and its allies would leaflet drop all over Germany, saying things to do with how the Germans and Hitler were not being successful in the war and that their defeat was imminent. All of it propaganda. When I was travelling in South and Central America, I came across story after story of the United States influencing, or at least attempting to influence, general election outcomes. There were stories in newspapers of how the United States would fund a cinema or a sports hall or a swimming pool if the people of that particular city or country voted in the way that the United States wanted to vote. And who amongst us has not heard of the United States trying to install some puppet regime in some far-off country somewhere? It all has the pungent pond of hypocrisy. In November 2017, the British Prime Minister Theresa May said this:
"It is seeking to weaponise information, deploying its state-run media organisations to plant fake stories and photoshopped images in an attempt to sow discord in the West and undermine our institutions."
She seems to have forgotten about the German newspaper, about a Syrian couple fleeing a conflict that used a photoshopped image from the European Press Agency, or the BBC's use of a photo from the Iraqi conflict and passing it off as an image of the Syrian conflict some 8 years later. In truth, I can imagine the United States and the United Kingdom doing exactly the same thing that they have accused the Russians of doing. And if they deny it, if they claim otherwise, well, they're just trying to influence us.